welcome to the episode of Half Court Trap. We are here to discuss the NBA playoffs. We're right dab smack in the middle. Of course, we are back with the usual gang to give our thoughts and opinions. What's going on, Toby?
You,
Toby,
you.
is that me?
Hello.
Yo, all right,
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah. Those are me. All right, Jordan, what's good, man?
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff. Jeff, what's up? Well, Jeff on location. What's up,
Yeah,
Jeff?
you already know. On the spot, anywhere we go, we're traveling.
We're gonna try our best to get Jeff. So, but before we get let's get started right away. Nets get swept as we saw yesterday. I mean a few days ago, and which was a surprise. I mean, the sweep was a surprise, not the win, not by me and Toby anyway. But Jordan, I don't know what he was thinking. But anyway, that's it. Matter of fact, let me get to Jordan. Why did you think the Nets was going to win, bro? And we
I
said
wish Dave was here too, so you can ask him that.
All right.
Yeah.
So, number one, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to pick Boston. I agreed with you guys. It was night and day in terms of Boston being the better overall team, right? Because of the defense, because of the chemistry, because of all that. I was strictly banking on the fact that we're talking about two of the most skilled players to ever play the game. That's what I was banking this on. And I was banking on the fact that these guys would show up in the playoffs and be ready. But it was clear as day that, one, you cannot take the regular season lightly and think you can just show up with two superstars and win a playoff series. Those days in the NBA are probably over because the NBA has gotten so much more competitive, it's gotten so much younger, the skill has gotten better, the athleticism. So that is dead. Lakers thought they could do that last year, and they got fucking bounced the first round against the Suns. Oh, we get AD back, everything's cool. Bounced. You feel what I'm saying? But I was banking on.
I mean, AD did get hurt though, but go ahead.
I mean, whatever. I think KD was. People are saying they think he was injured. I don't know if he. Everybody's hurt at that end at that point in the season. At the end of the season, you're going to the playoff. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's banged up. I think he was just gassed. I mean, Toby laughed at me, but I mean, this guy led the league in minutes. And then think about how he was carrying the team the entire time without Kyrie the entire year. I mean, the same way they played in that play-in and in the playoffs was the same way they had to play all season, whether it was Kyrie on the court or no Kyrie on the court. Those two had to carry the entire team, and we see now that that's impossible. That's almost impossible if the team around you is not good enough. And I actually think they have pieces. They actually had decent pieces. They do need to get more size. They need more 3-and-D guys. But, I mean, you talk about KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons, right? Seth Curry, Joe Harris, Patty Mills, and Drummond. Those are solid guys. Outside of the top three guys, those are solid role players, bro. Are they not?
Jordan Harrison didn't play.
No, but I'm saying, like, going into the next year. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, like, you know, if they had a chance this year to gel – and you know what I mean? I think they could have did something. Like, they have good role players. I mean, they'll probably get rid of Bruce Brown, but he's a good role player.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You feel me? So they just didn't have enough to beat Boston. And honestly, coming into the playoffs, I was taking Boston as I wasn't taking Boston as a joke, but I'm like, their MO is they do this every year. They look great and then they flop. So I'm thinking it was going to be the same case, and it wasn't. So shout out to them.
Toby, what happened to the Nets? Do you see him as a contender next year?
Jordan is hilarious, man. I don't even know why people pick the Nets. People were just
today. What is going on?
Picking the most skilled scorers ever. KD, Kyrie. You know, they're gonna carry them to victory. I mean, first of all, they were in the play-in game. Okay, Kyrie wasn't there all season. All the stuff that Jordan was saying is stuff that we already knew. We knew KD was leading them in minutes. We knew he had to get buckets every game We knew Kyrie had to get buckets every game. You know, game one was their best opportunity because Kyrie, he got loose out of that Boston defense and gave them a chance to win, but they still lost at the buzzer. Besides that, KD, he got clamped. It's plain and simple. They played physical with KD. They got in his head. It was something like I never seen KD go through since maybe like when he had to play Memphis by himself without Westbrook. This happened back in the day. Tony Allen was on him. They were physical, but he was young, and he's a championship. He's a champion now. So like Tuck was saying, he's the bus leader now. You know, he has to play all the minutes in the playoffs. He has to carry his team to victory. And what happened when he does that, even with Kyrie Irving, swept in the first round, don't even get a game. And he played bad most of the series. Even the last game, he had like 35, which was good. 39, but he didn't have a good shooting game. Boston, I give a lot of credit to them. They play great defense. Next year, can they contend? Of course. Of course they can contend. They definitely have to make some moves. Jordan said he likes their pieces. I'm not really a big fan of their pieces because, like he also said, they don't have a lot of size. They don't have a lot of wing defenders. I don't happen to the dude named I forgot his name, something Johnson. He stopped playing. I ain't seen him in a minute.
He got cut. They cut.
He got cut.
Yeah, they cut his ass.
Well, that was like their only size that they had. They got rid of him, so they definitely got to get more size around and see if Kyrie, you know, plays the next year's. You know, he's a mystery. You never know. So, I mean, we'll see because everybody can possibly contend next year. To be honest, it's just you don't know what's gonna happen.
Come on, bro.
Everybody can contend next year, bro. Literally.
Let me switch up the question for you, Jeff.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Good.
Do you think it was more bad Nets or good Boston when you watch the series?
I think it's bad organization of Brooklyn, right? The pieces constructed around the team, like everybody's saying, they're bad. Listen, Bruce Brown is actually a real serviceable player. He actually had some really good games at 14 points, 16 points. But that team is too top heavy. Mike, you always say this: top heavy teams don't win. And you mentioned that plenty of times before. I really think we're looking at the ascension of Boston as well in the same conversation. How many years they've gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals? They got a bidding star in Tatum. You know, they got Jaylen Brown, who can easily be the Scottie Pippen of the entire team. You got Smart. He's a very, very serviceable and irreplaceable player. They kept him. So to say both of those points, I'm definitely going heavier on the good Boston. Because Boston is just ready. They prime. They ready to break through, get to the finals. This will be the perfect year. And honestly, we might have seen the end of the Kevin Durant that we've known. That injury, remember, Mike, you said 2 years, he'll come back, he'll be back to himself. He kind of was looking a little funny. I don't know. Like I said in our postseason show, anytime Kyrie taking more shots than KD, that's a problem. And it was too many games where Kyrie took more shots than KD. Another thing that goes against Brooklyn is, like you always said, chemistry, everything. Sometimes you need a full off season to go through it with these guys and figure out what's going to happen. And Brooklyn just never got that. So Boston is peaking at the right time. I think it's going to be real fruitful for them. It's possible it can be fruitful in this season and maybe the next 2 or 3 seasons with that young core of Brown, Tatum, and Smart.
Yeah, I agree with you on Boston, man. I agree with you on Boston, man. And you know, Smart, he's the defense player of the year. Smart is. I love Smart. You know, like watching him play. I think, and then Tatum has become a good defender. That's the thing. He was always could score, but now with Ime Udoka, he teaches him how to defend even more. And then you got Brown. And Brown, you know, they got a lot of wings. And then Robert Williams, he was really the second best defender all year, but then he came back. And then Horford's still smart, old veteran. Like Boston is legit, Jordan. I don't know what the hell you've been watching, bro. He played great defense.
I wanted to.
Go ahead.
You wanted KD to win?
No, you go, bro.
No, I'm saying they play great defense and they can score. They play team basketball. That's the other thing they do. If you watch, they pass the ball around real good. I think they solid, man. But go ahead, Jordan. What you gonna say?
No, I mean, like, I agree with all your point, everybody's point about how good of a team Boston is. Like, they proved it 1,000%. You feel what I'm saying? And like, you can see it, and I saw it. But yeah, like, how can I not bet on Kevin Durant? Like, I'm like Like, how can I not? Like, that's what type time I was on. I'm like, I'm not betting against Kevin Durant. I'm not. I'm not betting.
Not Bron. He's not Bron. It's two different beasts.
I mean, bro. I mean, listen. After last season, I'm like, they almost took out Milwaukee. No Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Dolo. I'm like, yeah, he could do anything. Like, I mean, in all honesty. So I wasn't gonna go.
I think Jeff made a point. I think Kyrie hurts them more than he helps them, right? Because Kyrie wasn't there when they almost took out Milwaukee those last 4 games, shit like that. So
yeah, but it was also on the strength of KD going nuts. I mean, he had a bad series because rightfully so. Boston's defense was probably the best defense definitely the best defense we've seen KD's had to go against. But we're talking about, like, I don't think we've ever seen, like, more recently a top tier, like, top 3 player be taken out of his game totally. Like, when's the last time we've seen that? We haven't seen a top tier, like, that people consider like the best player in the NBA be totally taken out of his game.
I'm gonna tell you when like, Giannis lost to Miami.
I was gonna say Giannis, but at that time, like, I know people. Oh, Giannis, yeah, but he wasn't Kevin Durant status. I mean, come on,
bro. Jeff made a point. Kevin Durant is in the 14th season, coming off. He started an Achilles injury. He might not be the same KD, yo. What you thinking? I think
maybe.
Are looking at that.
I'm gonna have to disagree. Because this Achilles injury happened before last year, right? When he almost beat Milwaukee.
Yeah, and
he definitely still is the the same Kevin Durant, in my opinion. Is just that he played against a good defensive team this series. And last year they were a better team. Like you said, a lot of the players played together more. Even with Kyrie. Kyrie didn't play a lot this year. Kevin got hurt this year too. He missed, I think he had that sprain in his knee. Yeah. So this team last year they was better. And then I think Kyrie got hurt after they was up 2-0. So KD really only won one game after they was up 2-0 against Milwaukee. And that's when he had like this 50-point game or 55-point game. After that, Milwaukee won all the other games. So he really, after Kyrie went down, it was wraps.
Jeff, go ahead there. Jeff, what you gonna say? Can you hear me yourself?
So look, you know what I was thinking? It's like Kyrie definitely hurts Kevin Durant, right? Because again, it takes the ball out of his hands. But look, KD wasn't going to the hole at all. I mean, primarily his game is now jump shots and trying to get mid-range and get 3-pointers. He's not going to the cup anymore. He's not the same guy. Like, he's a totally different player. And again, I'm telling you, we might be seeing the end of the Kevin Durant that we know. But to make another point, right? Robert Williams is the 3-and-D. Like, he killed them from behind the arc, yo. Like, he really killed them and that's number 12, right?
Nah, that's Grant Williams.
Well, Grant Williams killed them behind the arc, bro. He locked up KD. He was versatile, and he would have, like I said, hit the 3. He had like 4-3 in that closeout game. He was touching the floor. Look, he made it so they can go to the cup.
Look, now look. To be fair, okay, I'm all for physicality. I love all that shit. They was getting some bullshit on KD.
Man, they was being physical.
That's the most physical I've seen an NBA game in a minute. Like, what they was doing to him, real shit. I'm like, damn.
What they did do, though, is they threw different looks at him all the time, which is also good. A lot of different bodies. Same thing. Miami just did to Trae Young. They threw mad defenders at him and shit like that.
They did. Well, they had to get. They did. But KD always been frail. You always could push KD around.
That was the thing, because KD, I remember in the game, KD will always try to catch the ball in the paint. I mean, like in the post. And that's when they will always like push him. He'll get the ball, lose it. Sometimes he just lost it, like with them reaching in.
I mean, I'm gonna say you get.
I still think. Well, let me ask my other question about the future. I'm with Jordan. I feel like that if they do get Ben back for a full summer training camp, I like Joe Harris coming back to give him more shooting with Seth out there and keep Drummond as a big body. I said in the chat, I think that's going to win 55, 60 games next year. In my opinion.
It depends on their moves, man. With this same team that they're bringing back, I don't think so. Even if you get Joe Harris, they have to make other moves to.
They
I
need
think they're
more
going to be
size,
significant,
in
more
terms of
size
their
included,
big men
like a 3-and-D.
some of their wing defenders, but they have enough. Like they need a couple more wing defenders, 3-and-D, and some bigger centers. Like get rid of Aldridge, Griffin, Claxton is garbage. To me, Drummond.
Claxton gotta go.
Drummond fine, but garbage to me. Harris, Mills, should they should keep them too. They got the young boy, the Thomas off the bench. He don't really play, but
Harris been signed, so he definitely ain't going nowhere. But
yeah,
but I think Ben answers so much for them, like Ben the player. Because first of all, he takes Kyrie off the ball. Keep getting Ben is a point guard.
Yeah.
So he's gonna take Kyrie off the ball, and he can defend like the best defender in the NBA almost. So I think he answers so much for them, in my opinion.
Like they not.
Hold on. I disagree, and I'm gonna say why. They don't have a bona fide third guy that can get you buckets, right? We just watched the Boston Celtics really kind of shut. Why don't they? Every team needs a third guy for one night you can rely on, and Ben ain't that guy. We know that.
You got Seth Curry.
Okay. If you want to count him, I'm not counting him. Joe Harris is one-dimensional, and he doesn't play defense. Patty Mills is a defensive liability. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? He's only one-dimensional. They really need a more well-rounded third option, and they don't have that.
Jeff, it could be. But who's the Celtics' well-rounded third option?
Marcus Smart.
Mark your bucket.
Stop. Listen. Stop. Because what's the best game Marcus Smart gonna throw up? What you talking about? 25?
He just had 20.
He good. He could really get you 20. But he might give you that, and it'll be one streak. But see, Marcus Smart can give you 25, and then the next night give you 15 points and 10 assists and 3 steals. Steph Curry not doing that? Steph Curry not giving you 10. Ben don't give you 20 ever.
No, Ben not giving you 20, but Ben gonna give you that 15, 8, and 8.
True.
But you need a 20-point night.
Let me move forward. Let's move on to the team that won, Boston. So, I think we all agree Milwaukee's going to beat Chicago, right? So, I want to go Boston versus Milwaukee. Who wins and how many games? Let me give you Toby. So, what you think, bro?
I got Boston.
How many games? And why?
Milwaukee. I'm gonna say 6 games. Boston at 6. Well, we don't know about Chris Middleton yet. I mean, he's still injured right now. But if Boston plays the defense that they've been playing, and they come with a good scheme against Giannis, I feel like Milwaukee will be beatable, especially without Chris Middleton. And even if he does come back, he might not be 100%. And Boston just looks good right now. You got Tatum rising, Brown rising. Everybody's rising to the occasion. They play great defense. And yeah, that's simple. That's it. Like, I feel like Boston's they are most likely gonna go to the go all the way, low key.
Who'd you have last for the other week to go to the East Finals?
I don't know. I think I said it's still like I think I said Bucks. Maybe I said the Bucks.
Okay.
I'm picking them against the field there. But
okay,
Boston.
All right. Jeff, go ahead. Who you got, Boston or Milwaukee? And how many games?
I got Milwaukee in 7 with Chris Middleton hurt. Giannis is a bona fide superstar. He isn't rising. He isn't ascending. He is it. And you know what? Milwaukee can lock up on D too. Drew Holiday, Giannis, they can lock up. And then they got Brook Lopez in the middle clogging the paint up. So they're going to keep the Boston Celtics on the perimeter because Lopez is in there. And then Lopez can stretch the floor, and he can do a lot more damage. Giannis against anybody, I'm giving him his 30-35 every night, his 13 rebounds, and his couple of assists. Like, Tatum is not stopping Giannis. Nobody's stopping Giannis. I'm still sticking with the Bucks on that one. They go back to the chip, like I said before.
Jordan, what you got?
Yo, this is rough because if there's no Middleton, I got Boston in 7. If Chris Middleton is there, I like Milwaukee in 7.
Okay, I'll take that.
Because just like Jeff said, Giannis he's there. Like, to me, in my opinion. Like, I think he has it in his game now to where it don't matter what defense you throw at him, he gonna get the job done. And then he got guy, and then like you think about it, they already went through what they went through, but getting the chip. You got Middleton and Holiday. That's going, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a well-even match. I mean, their big three is what? I mean, Tatum, Brown, and what? Smart? Is that their big three?
Yeah.
Against Holiday, Middleton, and Giannis? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's rough. I mean, that's hard. And the two teams are really evenly
This
matched.
might be the best series of the playoffs, honestly.
The both series are gonna it's gonna be evenly matched. Like bench, both play. You know what I mean? Like Giannis is just. I think Giannis is just gonna be. No matter what you throw at him at this point, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters.
I don't think he's enough. I'm rolling with Toby again. We roll with Boston. I don't think it's enough, bro. I think that
even with Middleton though.
First of all, Middleton mad inconsistent, bro, in the playoffs, even when he plays. That's number one. But I also think Smart going to lock Drew up, I'm sorry to tell you, like it's because
Drew's not even. I think.
He ain't
I'm gonna let you.
scoring.
Go ahead.
Huh? But if Middleton don't play, right, they need Drew's points.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Middleton don't play. Boston is 6 or 7.
Yeah, so that's a problem. And they might put Smart on Middleton. Either way, he locks somebody up. That's number one. Number two, now here's my only issue. I do think Giannis can put Brown or Tatum in foul trouble more than KD because he's going to go to the hole. But I still think at the end, you got Horford you can throw at him. You got Robert Williams you can throw at Giannis. You got a lot of Tice. They got a lot of bodies that they can throw at him, bro.
Right.
And then on the defensive end, I think I think Tatum in the zone right now, and I think he don't like found his groove. A superstar now to me, like as a player, shit like that. So I'm rolling with Boston. And I'm sorry, hold on, Jeff. I'm rolling with Boston in 6 back in Boston.
I don't know. Giannis is a two-way player too. He's just too much to handle. And I don't know if Tatum is really ready for that challenge, though. Like, let's really think about this. This guy's an MVP, NBA champion. He's flying under the radar the whole season. Nobody's talking about the Bucks. And then you saying that they can throw people at Giannis. Look, you can throw Bobby Portis on Tatum a little bit. You might be able to throw some other. Yes, you can. Bobby Portis is pretty versatile as a defender. Yes, he can. He's bigger. He's not going to let him get to the cup. And if he got to shoot over him, that's tougher. So he's going to try to use the speed, and you got people inside. Listen, I think the Bucks roster is deeper. And then listen, y'all say that Holiday is inconsistent. Holiday and Smart cancel each other out. That's it. They going to cancel each other out. They either going to score a lot or defend a lot. Both of them do the same thing. They the same player, but Holiday is just more smoother, and he don't do the antics. So I'm really bringing it down to the superstars, and I'm taking Giannis over Tatum no matter what.
It's very, very tough. They also got Grayson Allen who'll be getting buckets right now, stuff like that. So he kind of be shooting. I almost forgot about Bobby P. He does kind of change it. You know what? So I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go Boston in 7. I'm still taking Boston though. Whatever. Only because of Portis. So So we gonna see. Let's move forward. But that's a good series. All right. Hey Jordan, man. Sixers versus Toronto. Is it over in 6? Or does it go 7? What do you think?
I got a lot to say.
Go ahead. Floor is yours.
I got a lot to say.
All right.
I'm laughing at shit. Oh, we got a lot to say. All right. First of all, if they don't close this fucking game tomorrow, the series is over. If they don't win tomorrow, and they might not win tomorrow, I'm dead ass.
You say you got a lot to say, right?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
They might not win tomorrow. Why will they might not win tomorrow? When has James Harden looked any better than he's looked after the first 3 games of when he was traded here? He hasn't. Joel Embiid is hurt. Not as dominant. They've lost really the last 2 games without the Raptors' best player. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. They go back to Toronto in a hostile environment. Then they got to come back to Philly where all the pressure is going to be on James Harden and Joel Embiid. What you going to do then? What you going to do then? Huh?
And Doc Rivers. But go ahead.
And Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Danny Green on when did they play? What's today? Today's Wednesday?
Yeah.
When they play? They play Monday, right?
Uh-huh.
Danny Green had 10 corner fucking threes. Less than half. Made less than half. He's not getting it done. Where's Tobias Harris? Everybody, Maxey. Where the fuck is Maxey now? Where's Maxey now? Everybody, we can lean on Maxey to get 22, 23. No, that was never possible. Never possible. The Sixers could lose, bro. The Sixers could lose the first round.
Bro, answer the question. Is it over? Can the Sixers win in 6, or does it go 7?
Bro, I think it's going 7. I think it's really going 7, bro. I really think it's going 7. What do you like? How like it's really based upon like everybody says like and B da. I get all that. James Harden. James fucking Harden. Bro, he's not the same player. And if we have to rely on Embiid and Maxey and Tobias, I mean, yeah, Embiid's hurt. So how we can only like I'm not trying to cut him slack, but he can only do so much if he's hurt. You saw how dominant he was when he wasn't hurt. So if the guy's hurt, what is he supposed to do? And he's playing. I mean, he's giving you 20 and 10 and a torn ligament in his thumb. What else is he supposed to do? Everybody else has to step up, and nobody has stepped up. I mean, he does deserve a lot of credit for the loss. And then he wanted to blame James Harden for not being aggressive and blame it on Doc Rivers. And then Doc Rivers, well, we'll talk about that later.
All right. Toby. No, go ahead, Jeff. Did you hop back on? You think it's over at 6 or does it go 7?
No, I think the Sixers will end it in 6. I don't think it's much debate there. I mean, look, I think, they had their couple hiccups. All this talk about the Doc Rivers team, all this talk about everything. I think Joel comes out as like one of those dominant games, like 37 points, 12 rebounds, a couple assists. The ligament is cool. I hear that the conversation. He seems to be a lot tougher than me, and I just don't think, Toronto has it. The Sixers are in this in 6, and we won't be talking about this at all.
All right.
I hope you're right.
Sixers, hopefully in 6. I need Harden to have a flashback game. I mean, he hasn't.
No, that's never happened. But go ahead.
I'm really disappointed. I've been banking on it. Like, come on, we need one of these games, and he just can't even get by people. Like, it's sad. He's one of the greatest scorers that we've seen, and he can't even get by people. He's supposed to help us like steal a game here and there. That we're really gonna need. Like even after this round, I think you're gonna ask a question later. If Harden is playing like this, we're not going to get nowhere because Embiid is hurt. I think Embiid need to stay in the paint more, especially since he's hurt now. You need to stay in the paint. Like there's no point of trying to be out there and dribble when you have a hurt thumb. Try to get layups, try to get like shorter shots so you could like stay dominant. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think Embiid got to do. But yeah, man, Sixers hopefully 6 we end this in Toronto, man, and get some days off.
You know what's crazy, man? I actually agree with Jeff, man. I think that they've been hearing the noise for the last couple of days. Don't come back till Thursday and play. I think Embiid going to have a over 30-point game. I think Harden's cooked, but I do think Max is going to show up and stuff like that. I think Harden have a good assist game, but I agree with y'all. Harden can't get by nobody. I don't think he can get you 30. Like I just really don't. In a game. I think that he's doing the step back threes mostly. He can't get by nobody and deal a foul shot. The problem is that he about to either going to opt in or opt out. Either way, you're going to have more Harden next year. So he only not going to get worse moving forward. But as far as this year is concerned, I do think that they can take him out in 6. And if it goes 7, like Jordan said, game 7 going to be super tight, man. And
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm like. This is the history of the Sixers. Let's not forget who we're dealing with. We're dealing with the 76ers plus Doc Rivers. Okay, we're okay. So let's just not like. I hope all 3 of you are right. I pray that you're right. Because if you're not, the series is over.
Mm.
The series is over if they win.
So you think if it goes 6, Toronto wins Game 7?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I was there. Toby was there
I don't know
too.
you there.
Toby was there too.
Nah, that was Robbie.
Oh, it was Robbie?
Yeah.
Bro, I saw them crumble.
But that was Ben Simmons though. That wasn't
Bro, I get it. I saw Joel Embiid turnover at the end of the game. Close. About 40, 30 seconds left. Turnover. And I watched that shit happen, bro. So I'm not confident. I'm not confident. They can do it, but I'm not confident.
I think it's over in 6, and we put us to bed. Even though Pascal loved playing against y'all, they be killing Sixers, but that's his story. But moving forward though, so if it does go like we all think, Jordan, can they beat the Heat? The Sixers?
Hell no. Hell no. James Harden can't get by me. Shit. Hell no.
So what's your prediction for that
How
series?
the hell he's gonna play Miami?
Heat Sixers. What would you say? Heat and what then? Because you take the Heat.
Heat and 6. We can get 2 games. Just off the strength of Joel Embiid.
Go ahead, Jeff, since you just disagree.
Totally disagree, bro. If when they get to the Heat go bite smack them in 4.
Damn.
I mean, look. Because look, Joel has to exert everything he has just to get them out of this series. And if that thumb is really as bad as it is, and he has to use all of that to get out of this series, he's not going to have anything. You see the Heat just dismantled, what's the name last night? Without Jimmy, without Kyle, they just really ran it up on him. And listen, you know what's funny? I look at this trade now with James Harden and Ben Simmons. That makes the most sense why it was an interconference or interdivision trade, because both of them lost. Nobody won with the trade, bro.
We definitely won that trade.
Hold on, we won the trade.
We definitely won the trade. We have a player that's playing.
Yeah, we won the trade, Jeff. And on
Still
top
averaging
of
more
that,
points than Ben Simmons. Still averaging more points than Ben Simmons.
And even a diminished.
He's trying. I mean, averaging more points.
Yeah, he's averaging 20.
Listen. If y'all don't get out the second round, the trade is null and void, bro. Y'all was in the second round last year, right?
No, bro. Ben Simmons has.
Come on, bro.
Bro, Ben Simmons has.
Bro.
Ben Simmons. Without Ben Simmons, if we never made the trade, Nets would be better right now. We would be worse if they still have.
I think this trade was pointless.
Ben Simmons, he would be by himself.
We would be by
himself.
I think Sixers won right now, but Nets win in the long run is what I think.
You can say that.
Harden don't get worse.
On the court.
If Ben's 25,
Ben needs to hop on the court.
I get it, but Ben's 25. Harden don't get worse. I'm sorry.
Ben is 25 and then missed 2.5 seasons already.
He missed one. I mean, you supposed to get us.
Okay, he missed 2 seasons already and won because of his choice.
Okay, all right, we're gonna see. I think long run, and they got it for 3 more years, locked up too, Ben. So I think long run, that's when. But right now, I'm gonna go with Harden. As far as the series, Todd, what you got? Sixers Heat.
I mean,
if y'all win the series.
Embiid got hurt. If Embiid wasn't hurt, I'll be picking my Sixers right now. I'm gonna say Heat in 7.
But damn, 7?
Damn, bro. What you think? What
we're gonna turn up after we beat the Raptors? Everybody gonna turn up that game. Then you're gonna see how we gonna move going forward. But Embiid is still gonna be hurt. And that's
if Embiid can still be dominant, it could be a different story. But we gotta see. Like,
man, he is
how
7,
can you
man.
be like? I mean, the last 2 games he had the ligament tear, right?
Yeah.
The last 2 losses, he ain't did shit. I mean, let's just know what it is.
We about to turn up on the Raptors next game.
I mean, and you can blame it on the injury, but he hasn't done anything. So, what makes you think that even if we do win, that he'll be healthy enough to dominate? I mean, he's gonna have to really.
Harden, he's playing bad.
Stop it with Harden.
Things could change. Things could always change from round to round and game to game. You never know.
The only way that James Harden is getting 30 is if he's hitting more of those step back threes, and he hasn't.
He might get in his mojo.
And he has.
He can't do that because he don't have no lift with the hamstring. He don't have the same burst. He's not going to get 30. And you saying the Heat in 7, you must be macaroni. Like, I don't know what you. Like,
You crazy for thinking they're gonna sweep
wow.
us. You crazy for thinking they're gonna sweep us.
Because
They're not
look what happened in the last
sweeping us.
2
They're
games.
not sweeping us, bro. We
They're
ain't
not
gonna
sweeping
win.
us.
Look what happened. Look, the Miami Heat are not the Toronto Raptors, bro. Look,
They
the
lost to
last
the
2
Hawks.
games,
Bro,
the
Joel can
last
Hawks
2
gotta get-
games.
bro.
Oh, the Heat just swept the Hawks.
No, they beat them.
They won one game.
Five.
They won one game.
But
Hawks gotta
Joel
get
Oh, okay, 1 game.
Yeah, so we gonna get 2.
and shit, I
Y'all
got them
coming in?
Well, you said 3, Toby. You said 7.
2, 3 actually. That's what I said,
I was saying I was gonna say I got them in 6. I got guaranteed 2 wins with Joel messed up thumb or whatever.
Here's the thing, man. I think Joel is, whether he's Joel or not, it's not about Joel. It's about that the Heat can defend the rest of the players on the team. And that's what the issue is. Like they got enough bodies to shut down Maxey, Harden, and Harris, honestly. Like that PJ, Jimmy Butler, motherfucking Bam, and combination out there, and then with Lowry, it's just a lot, man.
Too much.
But I'm gonna go. We're gonna all say something different. I'm gonna go with the Heat in 5. I get the Sixers a game in that series, so I won't give them 2. But I feel like Harden that made stuff easy to defend, and like I said, like how you gonna get past PJ Tucker or fucking or Jimmy?
If Trae Young couldn't get past them, he ain't.
Bro, they had a play they showed the other day, yo. Trae Young brought the ball up. He started on PJ. They
PJ,
switched him
and
off
Bam
to
had
Bam.
him, and then
Yeah,
Jimmy
and Jimmy had it. Yo, the same fucking play. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Like,
yeah. If Trae Young couldn't get past none of them, James Harden damn sure ain't. The only
Damn
thing
sure
James Harden can try to do is use his strength.
that's it.
That's it.
And they ain't gonna work. They ain't gonna work on PJ. I'm telling you that right now. So it's a problem. So I go Heat in 5.
Milwaukee
And-
smacking Chicago, by the way.
That's why I said might as well say Milwaukee. That game was over. But Chicago ain't playing. And this would have been an easy money bet, by the way. Levine and Caruso not playing tonight. So, but
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
they sat out on
I
an
think-
elimination game.
Bro, I mean, Jimmy and Lowry just sat out a game, like the closeout game. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, they
Yeah,
was up.
Oladipo.
They was up 3-1.
Oh, I didn't mention Oladipo. Yeah, none of us mentioned Oladipo. Oladipo. Yeah, he had 23 and 8 last night or some shit like that. Like,
if he uncorked the Heat, really a problem.
bro, here problem. And then Hero, who be stroking out there, like it's a problem, man, for real. Here's my question, Jordan. How y'all gonna guard them? That's the question.
Who?
How y'all gonna guard them on the other side of the ball?
How we gonna guard who? Miami?
Yeah, that's or from Toby who said
I mean,
6.
shit. So what?
Seven.
We got Matisse for Jimmy, right? Right. Come on now.
All right,
All right.
I'm listening.
Who shit, who else?
Tobias.
PJ Tucker ain't getting nothing. They ain't doing nothing.
He ain't doing nothing. He don't have nothing but
He
like
doing
5
nothing.
points.
Kyle Lowry put Maxey on him.
Oh my God.
Or shit, you can put Maxey on Kyle Lowry. They're gonna put Harden on the boy Strus because they've been starting the boy Strus.
Right. He
And
played
they
like
can
10
put the guys
minutes.
on PJ Bam ain't doing nothing against Joel. It's about they can beat Miami. They can beat them. Joel and Harden got to show the fuck up. It don't matter what Maxey and Harris do. It doesn't. It really doesn't matter because everybody talked about how well they've been like. I'll give Tobias Harris his credit since James Harden has came. I think he's been playing a lot better in his role. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think he's played a lot better in his role, but it don't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they do. It's about Joel Embiid and James Harden. Joel Embiid should show up. If James Harden don't show up, they go home.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I think the Heat too deep. Too many options. Too many shooters. Too disciplined.
Bro, they can get Clint, bro.
Too
They can
disciplined.
get Clint.
Nah.
They
Nah,
can
bro.
get Clint, bro. The best scorer on the floor is at least in the starting 5 is Jimmy Butler. They can get Clint, bro.
But listen, right? This last game, sometimes these one games where these role players get uncorked and start to see the ball go in and get their points, then you start factoring in the star players. Teams get unstoppable when that happens, bro. So I don't got the Sixers get a shot out there.
Crazy part, yo, Miami the 1 seed and still don't get the respect. It's funny as hell to me.
I mean,
honestly. And even
we all picked them to win the series.
yeah, we're also picking them to win
you
the
just
series.
said 7. Number 1, Toby. So and you said if Joel wasn't hurt, you would pick the Sixers. Did you not just say that?
Yeah,
all
but
right.
Joel not, he hurt. So
all right. Is it over between Minnesota and Memphis right now? Toby, what you think? Is Memphis gonna win the series now in 6?
I think Memphis is gonna win. I mean, I picked them to win the series. I thought they would win in 5 or 6 earlier, but I mean, obviously, I was wrong about that. It's more competitive. The series is more competitive. Honestly, the Timberwolves, honestly, they had last game.
They dumb.
They on some, they on some shit. They play dumb basketball at the end of the day. That's why they blew 2 big ass leads. So, I mean, from the beginning, I thought Memphis was the better team. They were supposed to win, but Minnesota showed me a lot. But the way they lose games is the reason they're gonna, end up losing this series.
Go ahead, Jeff, since you disagree so much there.
I'm just saying, I had Minnesota winning this series. And you got to remember, they blew the 26-point lead. That killed me. And then last night, Edwards going for the steal instead of just staying in front of Ja, giving him an easy layup to the basket. That was like such undisciplined play by a young player. And I'm mad because it's like the Minnesota Timberwolves, they have no leadership. There's no leader on the team, like rallying the troops, keeping people in place, holding accountability. Like Karl Anthony Towns, he just lets me down every single night, bro. Like he just doesn't show he's that guy. And that's probably why he's still stuck there. But look, if Minnesota won, I had them taking the whole series in 7. Because they lost last night, I might have to change it to Memphis in 6. Because Memphis now got the momentum. Ja got the morale. He got everything behind him now. And they was containing them really well. D'Lo has been on Dolo. Edwards was the really key component to go with Karl Anthony Towns. But last night was a heartbreaker. That was a heartbreaker.
Talk to the man who said Edwards is a superstar, Jordan. Talking about this series and what's going on. And
let's acknowledge that that dunk that Ja had over Malik Beasley.
Oh my God.
Yo. Like that shit got me like, yo, Bull is different.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he cocked back. Like that shit was crazy. But I picked Memphis in 7. But when we did the first preview show, I was with Jeff. Because I said Minnesota gonna give him a run. And I wouldn't be surprised if Memphis lost. They should beat it's 3-2. Minnesota should be up. The series should be over.
It should be over, yeah.
The series should be over. Let's just call it what it is. You feel me? The series should be over. So I'm gonna still stick with my Memphis in 7, but I would not be shocked if Minnesota wins this series because it should be over by now. And what did we say from the rip? I mean, if you call it inexperience by Memphis, maybe. Could you say that the overall team around, like the complementary pieces around Ja, they fit him, they're great? Yes. But when you look at Minnesota, it's not far off. And like I said, they got 3 stars. Like Jeff said, if Edwards doesn't go for the steal,
they do not have 3 stars, bro.
They win, bro.
Yo, D'Lo is not a star, bro. Not even Edwards. D'Lo is not a star. Yo, he's mad inconsistent. He's just not a star.
But they have okay. That's
they have a half a star.
Right.
Anthony Towns.
Thank you, Toby.
They have a half a star. Anthony Edwards is possibly going to be a star. D'Lo
how many All-Stars do the Memphis Grizzlies have? They have 1 All-Star. Karl Anthony Towns made the All-Star. D'Angelo Russell made the All-Star like 4 or 5 years ago or whatever. He's a good talent.
He made the All-Star team? I don't remember that.
Yeah, he made the All-Star team with the Nets.
The Nets?
Minnesota has a big 3. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're wrong, man. You're wrong. You're wrong, bro. You're wrong, bro.
If you pick Minnesota,
I know, and I was going off the potential, and they just not showing me what I thought they was going to show me,
But
bro.
bro,
Like
you just
D'Angelo
said,
Russell,
but
D'Angelo
D'Lo
Russell
was letting
is
them
not
down.
it,
D'Lo
bro.
was letting them
He's
down.
done. He's
D'Lo was
done.
letting them down.
Anthony, look, Edwards is good, but he's just not there yet. Like he's just not. And Karl Anthony Towns is not a franchise player. Like he's showing us this. Like they got a half a star, like Toby said. It might be like
That was the
Karl Anthony
All-Star
Towns
team.
is 20. Karl Anthony Towns is like a quarter, and then Anthony Edwards is like 20, and D'Lo is 15. Like, yo, they bad,
Alright.
bro.
All
They
I'm saying
bad.
is, bro, but Jeff, like I said, I was with you. I thought Minnesota was going to be able to give them a run. They are. Minnesota. The series should be done. The series should be done. Minnesota had the series on lock. They fucked up 2 games. They let up a 26-point lead, and then last night. So
I mean, that's also bad. Listen, they got a lot of bad, right? They got bad coaching. They don't make smart plays. The dude didn't call a timeout. They let him on a 21-0 run. I never heard no crazy shit like that.
But he did that. He did that. He did that on the 26th. He did that the game before that. And I was listening to some shit, and if I'm not mistaken, they were saying something about how like that's how he's done it all season.
Bro, but you got a young team. But not only that, like I said, D'Lo. If you watch D'Lo out there, yo, like he'll hit a shot here and there, but he's definitely not a star, man. And that last shot that one shot, that was the worst shit I ever seen. Like it was horrible, bro. Cat make dumb plays. He run over people all game long, and he done fell in love with the 3 so much. I think that's a problem for Cat. And then Edwards to me is just still at this point where he's the inefficient shooter right now. Or, he can get to the hole and stuff. He's mad athletic. But, he had 1 rebound, no assists, no steals, no blocks. How you got a 0 stat line?
He just get buckets. He didn't get buckets.
That happens.
That's why he's not there yet. That's why he's not there yet, bro. He doesn't.
No, I get it. Listen, I get it. I'm not gonna argue that shit. I get it for the
and
show.
Then like you said, that steal was a gamble, and then they just said, "Well, I want to try to go for the steal." Like what, bro? And then it's like, what? Edwards jack a lot too, like on quick shot clocks. He'd come down and jack.
But I mean, you said Karl Anthony Towns was a half a star, and he made the All-Star team, right?
I didn't say that.
Okay, so who's their best player? Who's their best player?
Cat, their best player still, or whatever. I would say Cat's a star. Cat had 60 this year in the game. Like Cat can get buckets, but I said they got one.
Their best player.
Karl Anthony Towns is definitely the best player. But listen, though. Let's be for real. He is not an every night guy, bro.
Edwards or Towns?
Neither one of them, really. If you want to be technical, like Mike is saying, like Edwards, you can't just score and do nothing else. And come on, bro, what are you doing? Like that means you went to the glass 0 times. You've never made a pass that turned into a bucket. You never got a steal. You did nothing else but shoot.
I hear you.
He played no team basketball. He attributed to nothing regarding the team, only himself. And that is not a recipe for
They were up by what? What were they up by?
And they shot 40%. Sound like he was shooting great either. So I'm like,
right.
Bro, you gotta at least go crash you mad athletic, bro. Crash the boards, yo. You got double team, pass the ball, bro. It's like, but he's still learning, so I'm gonna give him some time, bro. But they not it. Now, let me flip it. Memphis, I thought would be better than this too. They got some problems too, yo. Honestly, so I love Desmond Bane though. Bane is nice, honestly. But Memphis can be, defended. So let me move forward. If they do win this round, like we're all thinking, can they beat the Warriors? Or how would y'all call that series? No. All right, Jordan, go ahead, man.
Warriors in 5. Stop. Warriors in 5.
Jeff?
Warriors in 6. I think Ja's good enough to get 2 games. And Mike, not only Bane, what's the other dude?
Brooks.
It was Bane, Brooks. Them 3 together, man, they're gonna be dangerous if the organization.
The dude that got rebounds.
Brandon Clark, he's nice
Brandon
too.
Clark, he's key too.
He's key. Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah, he had 21 and 15 last night.
Yeah.
They got players, but against the Warriors, Ja can get you 2 games. Ja can get you 2 games.
Toby, how would you say Memphis and Dubs?
I would say Warriors and maybe 6 or 7. It's gonna be close because um Memphis has a lot of talent. Like you said, Bane, Ja.
Brooks.
I like Clark. He's gonna be causing problems down there.
And
But
the point guard off the bench. What's his name? Tyus Jones.
Jones,
Whatever?
they have a place, but them being down by like 25 points twice in the same game, and the Timberwolves having this advantage over them, that's not going to happen when you're playing against the Warriors. You most likely are going to lose that game. They have a lot of flaws right now. They're still a young team, so it's even impressive, like the things that they're doing, the fact that that they were the number 2 seed. But when it comes to being the champion, I think the Warriors already showed us when it comes to the way they play basketball, you're going to need more than that. What they have mental, because it's a mental game too. So, the Warriors always going to have that advantage. So
I'm gonna say 6, not because of Ja. I'm gonna say because of like you said, the Clark and the rebounding size. Warriors are always small, so I think that's I told y'all that earlier. Jeff in the chat said like I think there's a problem with that when it comes to rebound and stuff like that. So I think that
they top 10 in the league they top 10 in the league in rebounding this year though.
Oh, Warriors? Yeah,
Yeah.
Memphis number 1. I told you that.
But I'm saying it's not like the Warriors are like middle of the pack or bottom of the barrel. Like they rebound in some capacity. They got to. They top 10. Yes, the Warriors. Listen, the Grizzlies are number 1, but the Warriors won't just get killed on the glass. I don't think that.
Listen, Mike, you're worried about the Warriors' size against Memphis.
Yeah.
Were you not worried about their size against Denver? Because Denver is still bigger in all areas. And
but not only are the Warriors Memphis bigger, but they got a better team than Denver, right? Because they got, more shooters, more playmakers, stuff like that. So you're gonna throw that on top of the size. It's a lot, bro. I mean, listen.
But that's the thing though. When they throw that depth lineup out there, I don't think that shit matters. It doesn't matter because one, they defend. The Warriors defend.
Okay.
Dre is decent at the center. Dre's getting rebounds. They can get rebounds. Once they get the rebound and they push and they go up the court, you're automatically you're screwed.
What'd you say? You said Warriors in 5?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
The way they looked against why would you think they wouldn't get swept? I mean, they wouldn't get 5. You think they're gonna take them to 6 after they struggled with Minnesota?
I think matchups are different, bro. But I think
it's different, though, for sure.
Yeah,
the matchups are different.
Yeah, matchups are different. Like you can't go by one series and do another series, but matchups are different.
What's the difference?
And I think, first of all, Minnesota Cat plays fucking on the 3-point line most of the game, and when he's in the game, he's a foul trouble most of the time. They got big men that actually stand in the paint and rebound. That's number 1. Number 2, their point guard is D'Lo in Minnesota, where they got fucking that's actually man, let's go to them. But I just think that I'm gonna go with 6. Put it like that. Also the size. and because Ja, like Jeff said, Ja probably get 2 games. I feel like so. But listen, let me go to the next thing. So I think Dallas will beat Utah. I don't know who else might disagree. But if Dallas does beat Utah and they play, let me ask you this question first. You think the Pelicans still got any chance against the Suns? Toby, what you think?
I got Suns.
Jeff?
I think the Pelicans still got a shot.
Okay, all right. Okay. Jordan?
Their shot was last night. Suns.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna skip the next question because there's too many variables in that series. Let me go to this question. Who has been the best player so far in the playoffs?
Jason Tatum.
Everybody with Tatum?
Everybody with Tatum.
No. Giannis, I guess. No. I guess Tatum. Ain't that many options.
A lot of options. What do you mean?
I don't think there's
Tatum,
Giannis. He got hurt. He's hurt now.
Jason Tatum. They're the only, mind you, It's Jason Tatum. They're the only team that has swept somebody yet.
True.
And Jason Tatum's averaging like 38 and 8 or some crazy shit. Like Jason Tatum.
All right, let me switch it then. Who's been the most disappointing player for you guys?
Oh my God.
Trae Young.
James Harden. The hell?
Damn, it's all over the place.
Harden,
All right,
Trae
you
Young.
say James Harden. You got Trae Young, Toby?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say Trae Young. He was horrible against Miami. Disgustingly bad.
Jeff?
I'm gonna have to go with. I think I'm gonna go with James Harden too. I can't help it. It's just out there.
Gotta be.
I changed my answer.
Good.
My answer is KD.
Kevin Durant? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
That broom like that. That was very disappointing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
But that's a team thing. That ain't individuals.
His play was horrible as well until like it was actually horrible throughout the series. Put it like that.
look,
Plays
it's
bad. Other turnovers.
It's James Harden. All right.
Hero wins. James Harden got 3 W's right now.
Toby, it's James Harden.
It gotta
Because-
it gotta be KD for me.
Bro,
You know, he's supposed to be Bron and Giannis level, you know, but getting broomed, I don't think Giannis is getting broomed, especially like low he's playing right now.
like Jeff said, it did have a lot to do with the team. Okay. It had a lot to do with the team. Okay.
He didn't play good, bro. So I'm going
He
off his
did.
stats.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go off his history and his stats to go with Toby, because this is his first ever sweep. That's why it's the most
His
disappointing.
ever sweep ended in the first round, and he didn't play good. Look at his numbers.
I mean,
Yeah,
James
something.
Harden's riding the bus.
But did you expect Harden to be great?
Yeah, I expected him to
Better
be
than
playing.
this.
Playing, hell yeah. What? Like he's shooting up what 38%? Right?
Better than this.
Bro, look at his last 20 games of the season. He got much better, bro.
And I was
I
like,
know,
he
but-
better. I'm like, okay, he's saving it. He's saving it.
His
That's how it
name
was.
should have got him at least an extra 5 more points.
Like, I'm like, he's saving it. He's saving it
His,
for the
his name
playoffs.
should have got him 5 more points at least. Like he's terrible.
Bro, y'all funny because especially Jordan, yo, y'all go off these names, bro. It's like you did with the Nets series. Like, you gotta watch the games. Like,
Bro, I'm watching it. Bro, bro, when they
You wanna
first
see-
made the trade, who was the first one? Brooklyn won the trade.
You said you. That was
I
that was
did.
you. Yeah.
But now,
Well,
you fucking, you know what I'm saying? Bro hasn't stepped on the court. You get what I'm saying?
I
But
get you on that, but I'm saying if you watch Harden, man, like he been this Harden for like
But I was saying that off the rip. I'm like, damn, he don't look good. He don't look good. And I'm just like, damn, I hope he's saving up for the playoffs. And the playoffs come, he look the same. So
I
I'm
don't know why he would
disappointed.
save it up.
I'm highly disappointed. You feel me? Because he was not supposed to look like this. He was not supposed to look
yo,
like this.
KD shot 38% from the field.
So was James Harden.
James Harden, KD. KD's by far the bigger.
James Harden got a history of playoff falls, downfall. KD don't.
And like Mike said, he was playing bad going into this. You know, we was always hoping that he's gonna have a turnaround game. KD wasn't playing bad going into the series. KD was getting to his bucket stuff. The minute the series started,
It's disappointing because of who KE did and who he was. That's why it's more disappointing to me. I'm not saying he played better than Harden, but he still was more disappointing to me. And Trae Young is up there because of what he did last year.
I
And
knew
he
they were
was-
full.
Trae Young was bad.
he was
though, that
horrible.
But
Yeah.
that could you guys didn't expect that?
No.
Not him to be
Hell
that
no.
bad. You want to see his stats? You want to see how big?
I mean,
He
no,
was
I mean,
horrible.
I didn't expect.
Hey, yo,
I didn't
yo,
expect
hold on.
him to do anything too
Hold
significant.
on, go ahead, Jeff.
Well, so I'm gonna sign off because I'm very bored. What else you got, Mike, on the agenda?
Oh, last question, real quick. Who are the biggest hot seat right now? Doc Rivers or Quinn Snyder? What do you think?
Oh, Quinn Snyder, that's over with for them. They're gonna blow that whole thing up. I don't know what Robbie talking about in the chat, but Gobert going and Mitchell going, that should start PPP. Bring in a bunch of other people. It's over.
All right, Jeff, enjoy your trip, man. We're gonna let you go then, bro.
All right, man. Holla at y'all.
Yo, before we get to that question, let me go backwards, man. Yeah, with Trae Young, you expected that? I mean, you expected that? You expected that, Jordan?
I mean, I was expecting him to get clamped. Hell yeah.
Bro,
No,
he was
he did bad.
I was-
bad.
Bro, hell yeah, I was
Bro,
expecting him to get
after he killed y'all last year like that, how you expect that?
hell again. We ain't Miami. I was expecting him to get I was
He shot
expecting
40. He shot
Man.
43.9% from the field. That's even higher than KD.
Bro,
How many?
I
What do you average
25.
though?
He's
You average
average
25 a
25.
game?
And he's what is he?
So
6
average
foot
25.
one. He's 6'1".
KD average 26.
Like
Yeah,
I mean, he still had a lot of bad games. He had like
I'm gonna go with KD only because I didn't expect Harden to be better than what he is right now, honestly. So it's like I think the Sixers fans, the Sixers media, because I listen to the show all the time. I don't know what y'all be expecting from Harden. It's fucking crazy to me and shit like that.
Mike, come on, bro. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Bro, he's like a
Don't say
19
that,
to
bro.
20 point guy, but he can't shoot. I mean, not he can't shoot, but I don't know, man. He just ain't what he used to be, man.
oh my bad. Trae Young averaged 15.4, not 25.
I'm about to say, nigga, like, I was like, what kind of 15 is bad. Nobody expected that shit.
Exactly, bro. 15.4, bro. That's freaking horrible. Oh my, Trae Young,
Bro.
15.4. Come on, you was not expecting that. 15?
I'm not expecting James Harden to go.
Glenn Simmons like numbers.
I'm not expecting James Harden to go for 3 for 17 from the field and throw up a stat line of 14, 6, and 6. I'm not expecting that. That's unacceptable. Win, lose, whatever. The reason why Joel Embiid hasn't gotten so much criticism with these losses that they take, and in the past years, is because he puts up numbers. You can lose and put up numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
And it could be okay. You feel me? But if you lose and you don't put up numbers,
it ain't okay.
It's not okay.
Let me ask you the last question. I mean, I do agree with you long term, Jordan. Like, I don't know how y'all beat the Heat, and then let's say if y'all make the ball, like all these people with James Harden playing like this, it's not possible. Yeah. I don't think y'all can win a championship at all this year. Like, I don't think it's possible.
Never.
But and as far as Maxey is concerned, because you mentioned that earlier too, Maxey's still young. He's 21 years old. Like, I don't know why people thought he could do this shit every night. Like, he's still young. Like, he's a young player. Like, I don't think he's not ready, for that yet. So, what the biggest hot seat y'all think though? Quinn or Doc Rivers? Toby?
Damn. That shit is tough.
I'm
it's probably Quinn just because he's been in Utah longer.
Yeah, spell it right.
He's been in Utah longer, so getting eliminated in the first round, especially the way that they lost games without Luka, he's definitely on the bigger hot seat. Even though him and Doc they both hot as fuck right now. They hot. Both they
like Rob,
on fire.
So you think Doc gone if y'all don't get to what? Eastern Conference Finals?
Eastern Conference Finals, bro. Especially like, okay, I mean, Embiid is hurt now, so we got to go down fighting against the Heat at least, with an injured Embiid, and we definitely got to get past the Raptors. Like, he loses against the Raptors, he's definitely out of here. Blowing a 3-0 lead, there's nothing to talk about. He's definitely going to be going. So, I'm going to say Quinn because, he's been there longer. You got to do something. Another point in this year of winning regular season games and doing nothing in the playoffs. Like, and they had their chances too.
Jordan, what do you think? Quinn Snyder or Doc Rivers, bro?
I mean, so for the sake of the question,
yeah,
right? I mean, you can say, Quinn Snyder.
Okay.
But personally,
right?
I think Doc is going whether we win or lose.
Want to lose what? The chip?
That ain't happening.
So when we lose,
shit. Like you said, we lose this series, it's a done deal. But I
think
if
y'all lose the next round? You think Doc still should be gone?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. What's the best call? What's the best call you saw Doc make all season?
I don't know. What do you watch his
best
call?
He drew up that play for Embiid to hit the shot.
He did.
Shot. I remember
that was bad defense by Toronto, but yeah, he did drop the play though.
And that took to all the way to the playoffs. It took him all the way to the playoffs for anybody to say, "Wow."
I don't think y'all want to lose Doc, man. I think y'all be bad, man. Lose to Doc, me personally, shit like that. So I think that might be quick thinking and shit like that. So, but we're gonna see. But I feel like that if they lose If they lose this round, I'm a Toby. He's definitely gonna be gone probably. But if they lose in the next round, it's still gonna be a lot of fans calling for his head. So,
bro, he's gone no matter what, bro. He's gone no matter what, bro. He's gone no matter what. I mean, we've had how long? This is the third season.
This is yeah.
This is the third season with Doc, right?
Yeah.
Now, last year was really the one where, they should have went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
But that's true though. Like he shouldn't have blew that lead because y'all lost 3 games at home versus Atlanta. That's bad, for Doc right there. So,
and then like there were spurts in the season this year where you're like, not vanilla, but even when James Harden first got traded, some of the games that they were losing, and I'm like, I don't understand the offense. Like it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just think he's gone. I don't think Mike D'Antoni is the answer, because then it's going to be James Harden team, and that's going to be even a bigger issue because James Harden is a bus rider now. You feel what I'm saying? Joel Embiid is the driver.
Yeah, I don't know why Charles started that shit up.
Harden is the bus rider. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but that shit when they brought the bus in, I was in tears. Yo.
That's hilarious, man. But he had a good point though.
No, he didn't, bro. What the fuck you mean? KD
had a good point, bro.
He had a good point.
Yo, KD was the Finals MVP. What are you talking about?
Don't matter.
Bro, he was
the Finals MVP. What that mean?
But he was.
All right, who was the bus driver then on the Golden State?
The leader of the team.
Who was the best player?
The best player on the team overall was probably KD, but he wasn't the leader of the team. He didn't have to. KD got all the wide open shots because of the team he was on. Bro, he's overall the best player. We all knew that, but on the Warriors, he completely benefited from not being double teamed. You got Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Then you got Dre setting you guys up. Come on. Then you got Iguodala, so you don't have to be the best defender. You don't even have to guard the best players. You got 2 people in front of you. His load was light. He wasn't really driving. Steph was driving. He helped.
Steph was not driving, bro.
Steph was the leader. Steph is the leader.
Bro, without Steph Curry, they're nothing. Without Kevin Durant, without Kevin Durant, they're still probably
different type of bus riders, yo. There's a bus rider like, somebody who was the 4th guy off the bench.
No, but that's not what they were saying, though. Right. That's not what Charles was saying.
They're basically saying the real leader of the team, which was,
and the real leader, and right. Who was the best in OKC? Right. Kevin Durant was the bus driver.
Yes.
They didn't win anything.
They didn't win anything.
They didn't win
to the finals.
They didn't win anything.
They didn't win, bro.
And then after that, they blew the 3-1 lead.
To a team, he had to join another bus. He had to go.
Nobody can win Russell Westbrook.
That already had.
They were up 3-1.
Are we seeing that now? Nobody can win Russell
That
Westbrook.
was a different Westbrook, though.
No, was it, bro?
It was. It was a more athletic Westbrook. It was a more athletic Westbrook.
Bro, he led the league in turnovers like 10 times.
Bro, but they were up 3-1, bro. They was up 3-1. And KD didn't play those. I remember KD didn't play good those games either. I could pull up the stats right now and show you his field goal percentage those last games. There was up 3-1. Then he went to the team that beat him. I always said that. And then everybody's surprised when, he's the MVP. Or I'm like, what? The minute KD went to that team, I was like, chip sealed. They was gonna win it.
They're a good team, but
so now they won.
Do they win without KD? Do they win without KD? No,
we don't know. Last year they went to 7
They
games.
won without KD.
And the year before they went to 7 games.
But do they keep winning without KD?
We don't know.
They just lost that year.
We were supposed to see the trilogy: Golden State, Cleveland. The first year, no Kyrie, no Kevin Love. The second year, they back. LeBron won. Third year, we're supposed to see KD comes, fucks it all up.
The moment Cleveland beat them in that year, they were never going to be Cleveland again. That's why they flew out to fucking see him in the Hamptons to get him. They knew they couldn't beat him no more.
But Mike,
man, at the end of the day, we want to see KD lead his own team.
The point that Charles,
but you want to see it now that he's 30. He's been in the league 14 years. 35
Come
years
on,
old.
you serious, yo? At the same age, Brown was still doing that.
This is the thing.
Everybody's built like Bron.
Brown wasn't getting swept in the first round, bro.
Mike, this is the point. Charles Barkley is basically saying, where you have to be the best player that's going to take all the credit or all the heat, you folded.
Mm-hmm.
You folded.
I don't think
You
he
had
folded.
to go join.
I don't
This
think
is
he
what he
folded.
was trying to.
Okay, but I don't think he folded in 2012 finals. I don't think that he was the better team. I don't think he folded. And he was the best player.
No.
2016, he
Stop.
folded. The year Westbrook got
They could've
hurt and they
won.
lost to the Grizzlies,
They
he
could have
folded.
won. They
Who
could have
could've
beat
won?
Miami.
No, they couldn't.
They wasn't beating Miami, bro. They
Don't tell
wasn't
us, Toby. They
beating
wasn't.
Miami.
You don't think they
KD
could
did
have beat
his
Miami?
thing, bro.
Yo,
KD did his thing. They
no.
wasn't beating
At
Miami,
that
bro.
point, hold on. Let me ask y'all real shit. At that point in time, right? Because I mean, at that point in time, were the conversations in terms of who the best player in the NBA was it not them two?
It was still them two, pretty much.
It was still them two.
Okay.
It was still Kevin Durant. It was still LeBron James.
Okay.
Kevin Durant had an incredible year that year.
Bro, what the fuck? We talking Wade and Bosh wasn't on the team?
So you're telling me you gave them
Miami,
absolutely
bro.
no
He did his
chance
thing.
of winning that series, Mike.
Nah, they lost in 5, bro. KD did not fold.
And bro, Barkley was basically saying you were the bus driver. You had to go leave that team, right, to go join the bus, and you rode that bus to a championship. Now, you might have been the best player on the team, but the other components around you made you that.
I get it.
And they got you the chip.
But don't act like people act like his career started in Golden State. Like KD wasn't a monster.
Bro,
before
but
Golden
at the
State.
end
They
of the day,
won
what we want to
nothing.
see is KD lead his team at least to. Let's see what he does from now on, bro. Because right now it's questionable. Everybody,
That's
and
my
to me, it was always questionable because
bro, did you watch
he
KD
won
before he
a
went to
chip
Golden
with
State?
the best team in the league already. He won the tip with the best team.
Bro, but did you watch KD before Golden State? You know he was
Of
knocking out
course,
Dallas.
KD was always great. But some people like where they went to rank rank him, like people were saying he was the best scorer, ever. But and people, let me give an example. Some people like Marcellus Riley, he put KD over Kobe on his top 10 list.
Nah,
And some people like, and people would dare to argue that because he's such a great
KD's not
scorer.
even in the top 10.
But
so I agree with you on that.
He's not in the top 10, yeah. But what I'm saying is KD is not up where people think he is. And he needs to at least take his team a little far by himself. He needs to do it, bro. He just, if his last competitive, if he doesn't get to another finals or another Eastern Conference finals, but definitely a finals, and the last chip he won is in Golden State, and the fact that people was even comparing him to Brown, that's just gonna be laughable. Like at that point, like you can't even take your team to the finals at least once by yourself. Once with OKC, cool. The other two was with Golden State. They would have won if he didn't get hurt, but you got to do something with Kai. Him and Kyrie got to do something, bro. They ain't team up not to do nothing. They ain't team up not to go to
the finals in Cleveland for LeBron definitely helped him over the finals.
Yeah, of course. Of course it helped him. And then they got the bubble ring. But that was another one. But he got the one in Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So KD needs to be able to, get because then that will help solidify, some of your past accomplishments when you wasn't, in Miami or when you wasn't going to State. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Let me tell you something, bro. This move that I want to keep you on, but that move that KD did to go to State, it fucked up KD and it fucked up Steph, yo. Because if you listen to Rob Parker, you hear him talk about Steph. He needed KD. Steph ain't great. He can't win without KD. So they both look bad and shit like that.
I think KD looks worse though. People bump.
Had a ring.
Yes, people bump Steph up more.
Ring.
That's why they say he's higher than KD all time because he got a ring.
He had a ring.
KD came to his team, even though he wanted to come. KD did go to his team, and he did win a ring 2 years before. He was just in the finals.
But because KD was the Finals MVP, it let Steph look worse. So they both look worse.
He was bro. Steph Curry was the best player on a team that won a ring.
Yes.
That won a ring.
I agree.
What's going to diminish KD, which is it's always going to diminish him, is he had to join them to get his chips. If he goes and wins a ring where he is the number one guy, it's a totally different argument, bro. And you can say that Kevin Durant was all around the best player on the court.
He was.
They don't get those rings without Steph Curry.
I agree with that too.
They don't get those rings without Steph Curry.
I think they all needed each other, but I just think that I mean, KD gonna wind up top 15 to me, no matter if he wins in the ring or not.
No, I might have to bump him up. He might not be top 15 if he don't get at least to another chip or something.
What?
He got to do something. He got Eastern Conference Finals at least chip. Another dog. To be top 15.
That's what I'm saying, Joe, Toby. And you should. I'm surprised about you, man, because people like forget like KD's
I didn't
history
forget
before Golden
KD.
State.
But, okay, if KD doesn't get those 2 rings in Golden State, is he top 15?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No,
That's what he's not top 15.
No,
so I need to
not.
see him do
So
something
the
by
rings
himself.
don't do nothing for him at all. The rings he got.
Who? No, I mean it shows that he's capable of winning the ring, but when he's the leader, he's the face, he's the number one go-to consistently. You gotta do it by himself. You gotta do something with Kai, man. Him and Kai gotta make some work. That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy. And listen, like I said, man, I never blame KD for leaving Westbrook. I always knew Westbrook was Westbrook, honestly. So I never had a problem with that whatsoever. Now maybe going to go to state is bad for his legacy, but I think he's like how you play basketball. Who doesn't? Shit like that. So I mean, it's what it is. But all right, well, we're gonna leave it there. It's a good argument to have on this show. Well, we'll see what happens next year with them. I still got to win 55 games. I'm gonna say that right now on this show. So
55.
Me too. Shit, but
That's crazy.
you said that's crazy.
You're both crazy. Without even them making moves yet, you're already saying 55 games. That wild. And you know Kyrie don't play every game.
He ain't play because of the vaccine. He played
Yo,
ever since.
game 2016 finals. These are the last 3 games. KD shooting percentage. This is what game 5, 6, 7.
Western Conference Finals, yeah.
Western Conference Finals. His last game 5, 12 for 31. I remember that shit. I'm like, what? 12 for 31. Game 6, 10 for 31. Game 7, 10 for 19, which was his best game, but they lost. But 10 for 31 and 12 for 31, he contributed to those losses. But no one's gonna talk about. We have this conversation.
He contributed to those losses.
It's already 9:09. I need to go do that stuff. He contributed. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't say he didn't in those games, but I'm saying
I understand leaving Westbrook, but he played bad in those Western Conference.
I agree. All right, man. Well, thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for watching. Always like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back in a few weeks, to have some more heated debates, talk about these playoffs. Good night, guys. See you guys later.
Peace. Good show.